Hey people, D-Man here. Today I just watched Phineas and Ferb, the movie Candace Against the Universe. So this movie just came out a day ago or so, and I just watched it. I got around to it eventually. Um, and it is a kind of continuation off of Phineas and Ferb, a show that came out in I don't know, 2010, maybe 12. I don't, or maybe 16 even. I don't know. Maybe somewhere in the 2000s, somewhere. uh, maybe 2000. Was it 2000? Was it in the 2010s or was it in the? Or was it like 2008 or something like that? I don't know. It came out a while ago. I just looked it up. 2007. um, but anyways, they just released this movie, and I am going to review it. Without spoilers, really quickly. I will review it without spoilers really quickly, and then I'll tell you when I'm doing spoilers. Without spoilers, the base plot line is Candace gets abducted into space, and the boys have to save her with Dr. Doofenshmirtz because his daughter also gets abducted into space. And they go up there to save her, and it's kind of a musical, and it's okay. I will say that much. It's okay. It's not as good as the original series, but it's okay. And the animation quality, pretty good, I guess. There were some parts in there that look kind of derpy, especially with the eyes. A few parts where they look like they were a little bit cross-eyed there. But most part, it was pretty good animation. Upgrade from the actual TV show, I would assume. From what I could see, I guess, but I haven't watched the TV show in a long time. So the animation, pretty good. The plot line, something that we've heard before, but okay. I'm pretty sure even the show did it itself. They had an episode where Candace got abducted by aliens, but whatever, I guess. So the plot line was okay. The voice acting, um, it was okay for the most part. There were some parts in there where, especially Phineas, sounded very robotic almost. It sounded kind of weird, like he wasn't putting any emphasis or any like feelings towards his words. So voice acting was okay, but some parts was just like, that doesn't sound right. It didn't sound as good as the original series, that's for sure. Um, the humor, the comedy, it was okay as well. Although some jokes they lingered on a little bit too long, but it was okay. And anything else, I'd say it was just okay. So if I were to rate it 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 5 being average, 10 being the best, I would give it a 6. I would almost give it a 5, or maybe a little bit above a 5, so I gave it a 6. It was something that I enjoyed watching for what it was, I guess. But just some of the parts in there made it look like that's not as good as the original. Like some of the voice acting and stuff, and just some of the jokes, just like, really? Come on. And they did it way too often. It was just kind of like, meh. But good enough to watch, I guess. Okay, spoiler alert. Okay, so Candace gets abducted because she is special, and she thinks she's special, but it turns out they just want her for carbon dioxide, I think. Which all humans breathe out. When they breathe in, they breathe out carbon monoxide. It's very poisonous to us, so that's why if you put a bag over your head, you'll suffocate. Because you don't breathe out oxygen. So the aliens, it turns out, breathe in oxygen and breathe out oxygen. So I guess they could put a bag over their head and live and just breathe through it perfectly fine. I guess that's kind of weird. But the queen wants her for this because she has a plant that can mind controls people. And you can kind of figure that out by the time it's shown. You can figure out that somehow they're being mind controlled, not necessarily by a plant, because you can see how they're acting, like her subjects. They're basically being mind controlled. You can see that. The plot line is pretty good. It's kind of tellable at the same time. Vanessa has a little side plot line where she's stuck on the planet trying to get home because Candace objected. Well, Candace shot her out of the ship in an escape pod, but escape pods don't go to Earth; they go to the nearest planet. So she's just kind of in that planet. I mean, she's lucky she didn't do it in space, or else she'd be floating in space, I assume. So that would have been bad. So yeah, she's on that planet. She gets a dragon. She goes back to Earth because of a chicken gun. And Doofenshmirtz trying to save her. Perry the Platypus ends up saving the day, almost getting exposed at the end, so that's pretty funny. Candace ends up going on a murderous rampage, or the closest Disney can get to a murderous rampage, because technically they never died, but it was pretty cool. That was pretty funny. As I already said, there was like at least 2 or 3 jokes that went way too long, and it's just kind of like, really? It's kind of like, stop doing that. That's stupid. There's like at least 2 or 3 of those that went way too long. And I already said that the voice acting was pretty good. Most, like, every character pretty much sounded like their old character. And the only problem I really had with it was sometimes they sound like more robotic, and especially Phineas. Sometimes his voice just sounded like I have no emotions, I am just talking a script, blah blah blah, sort of thing. And I was just like, really? Come on, put some more emotion into that, put some more feeling into that. But besides that, pretty good. The songs, because this is like, because Phineas and Ferb was known for its songs. The songs were okay. They weren't the best, to be honest. They weren't the best. We've heard much better songs throughout the Phineas and Ferb catalog than this movie. I would say the best one is the beginning song where Candace is riding her bike and then she gets mad. That was the best song. It's pretty funny. It's about her singing all tranquil and nicely, and then also it's like, unless my brothers just F things up. It's just pretty much that. It's pretty cool. That was probably the best song. The other songs were kind of just like, okay. Nothing special, really. Just okay. But yeah, all in all, the movie itself was okay. Wasn't the best, wasn't the worst. I'm probably not going to watch it again, but I would recommend you watch it at least once. It's okay. Especially if you're a Phineas and Ferb fan, then you should watch it. I'm not really a fan. I'm just like, I'm a guy that enjoyed the show when it was out, I guess. But yeah, it was okay. It was okay. Nothing special. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hit that bell notification. Best way to get my channel. Link down below to my Twitter. And as always, my friends, stay sane. Peace. Shadow, my baby, I love you so much. You're my baby. And you love to sleep in the bathtub. 'Cause you're a weirdo. Shadow, look. Look over here, buddy. Look over here.